Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. We're going to start with Uncle Bobby Lucas, who has made a very means of lucky and given us basically what his expectation is for the next month or two in crypto land. As you can see here, pretty much he's got both of these scenarios going down and touching around 60K. Bitcoin today is around 66,000. That is, of course, American dollars, friends. You know, we always got to confirm the US currency, which is the #1 currency in the world so far. No one don't like to hear it in crypto land, but it is. You understand? It is. So this is the Bitcoin price still going sideways. For everybody else, though, I mean, you know what time it is, friends. It's time for everyone to kind of like think about, do we really want to make racist coins and that narrative? Did we really want to let Ansem say $8 million is not a lot of money and then have to backpedal and go, no, I was just joking. Oh, man, it is what it is. Okay, friends, this is the monthly chart of Bitcoin. We're still waiting to see what are we going to do to resolve this range here. A lot of people think we're around this part, friends, where we're right before the mania. That's what we think happens. Well, you know what's crazy, friends, actually, when I think about it, all right? This September, I remember this was horrific. This was, friends, I'm not joking. Your friend Sommi here, I had like a mental capitulation here. I did. This September. Okay, back then, this was back in 2020. I was like, man, we're never going to rally. We're all going to be poor forever. I remember I just said that. Of course, didn't sell anything. I was still long. And by the way, there's also a Telegram channel. So shout out to everybody in box mining. I remember, friends, every single person was turbo bearish here. They had Bitcoin, 5K, 3K prices. No one was bullish. I was literally, I'll never forget this. I was literally the only guy full on bullish. The thing is now, though, you are all bullish with me. It's like we're all pricing in these better expectations in the future. Does that mean we don't get as much of a mania? I don't know, but we'll see. But look at this. In October, we had a giant reversal of a candle. You know, if I look at it on the monthly chart, it didn't feel like it whatsoever. I don't remember that at all. I just remember like, oh, we're moving up. Because, friends, you're watching on like the 1 hour candle and you're like going, oh, no, it's going to stop any moment now. But yeah, if you just look at this monthly candle, now that I look back, I'm like, wow, that was a bullish engulfing one. This went smack up. Maybe that's what happens with one of these candles here later on. We just get one of these green candles that just finishes at like $86,000 for a month. And that's pretty much what starts it. You know, when you're looking at these charts on low time frames, it's Skitzo every single time. It's like it's up, down, left, right. But when you look at on these big fat time frames, it's easier to basically make sense of what's going on. Now, if we go check out the weekly candles as well. I've drawn these ones and these two. This is just expectation, just in case. Wave 1 and wave 2. That's pretty much what it will be around December and then around here August-ish or something. Okay, wave 1, wave 2. This is like the altcoin thing expectations. Okay, so I just wrote them down just in case we get them, because in 2016 and 2020, we had 2 alt season wave expectations, 2 of them. If they are to repeat again, they would finish around December to January this year. And then the next one, the final, would finish around July, August of next year, you know? So we don't know if we're going to get another complete repeat of that, you know? Because basically nothing's really started here. We have Bitcoin dominance still rising up. And it's probably actually going to continue to rise up, friends. If Soylana keeps starting to rotate down and put pressure on anything, on everything, as we wait for the Ethereum ETF, which has actually been a turbo bummer. You know what was interesting? I was watching one of Ansem's interviews, and he is... wow, it was like he is really bearish on ETH BTC. He thinks ETH BTC, you know what's interesting, friends? The bull target for ETH BTC is 0.10, which is interesting. That used to be FUD back in 2021. That was literally FUD. So now the bull target's 0.10, and he thinks we're never, ever going to get like that. He believes that because of all the layer 2 coins for Ethereum, you're actually going to get much worse. He goes, but if you add up all of the market caps of all the L2 chains, then you do get an ETH BTC theoretically like that. If you're adding up instead to all that valuation and you put into Ethereum. But we all know you can't really do that because all these VC insider tech grifters have just minted themselves coins. You can't just like add it one for one for the market cap. The market hasn't accepted those prices out on the market. So you can't really make that comparison. But it's interesting to think about, you know, in a theoretical world, what it would look like. And speaking of theoretical worlds, what about the theoretical adoption of ChainLink, otherwise known as Painlink? It's once again coming back down. This is the Link ETH ratio. You can see it's still making a floor, friends. So what we're waiting for, at some point, that euphoria, mania, something happens. We hope it goes much higher. But There's not much else you can do except just keep accumulating. Everyone's getting frustrated. Yeah, we've been through this thousands of times, man. It is what it is. Like, just welcome to crypto. And if you've been following my chart, friends, from before, this is the total altcoin dominance. This is like the others dominance, right? So this is a dominance, right? Not the BTC ratio, just the dominance itself. But of course, we want to really be looking at that others BTC. This is the actual others BTC ratio. I've got the fractals here so we never forget. We've just flipped red. We've just flipped red. That's where we are right now. So we already know, man. We flipped red. We are on the third week here. The third week usually goes for about 70 days, which would be mid-August. It starts turning good. And when it does flip green, you know, you got to be careful. Now, you know what, friends? One of you asked me, okay, I forgot this gentle person's name. They asked me, they said, how do you know that this cycle has been repeating like the past? Because he missed a very important part of one of my calculations here. I'm going to show you. So he's basically saying, well, 2016 and 2020, he goes, how do we know this time isn't different so far? And look, you never really know, friends, but there's something interesting here. I'm going to show you right now. In the 2016 Bitcoin halvening year, all right, this is 2016, others BTC flipped green on the weekly super trend, and it went for exactly around 287 days. Okay, so you remember that number, about 287 days. Okay, it's going to be spooky. All right, that was 2016. Now let's go 4 years later into 2020. In 2020, when we flipped green on the others BTC ratio, how long did we go for? You go, oh my gosh, 287 days. Well, that's a bit spooky. Really? Exactly 287 days? Yes. That's very spooky. It doesn't even need to be that exact number, around the vicinity of that number. Okay, sweet. What about our one? All right, our Bitcoin halvening year, when we went green, okay, now of course it starts in 2023, but you get the point. We've had a run into here, okay? When we flipped green, how long did we go green for? 294 days. Isn't that spooky, giving you goosebumps? You're like, oh, what the hell is going on? Explain to me what's going on. Look, it's, friends, you think of it like this. It is a pendulum, and the pendulum, though, it can only swing for a certain number of days, okay? You're here in crypto to participate in stuff because we know the pendulum is going to swing. It's like a 99% chance. The game, though, is what's going to swing the hardest out of all those coins. That's the game. That's the jackpot feature you're looking for. So everybody has their theories. Oh, I think this is going to swing the most. No one knows. Okay, yeah, congratulations, everyone in Soylana. You're the 1 out of 300 people got the thesis right. Let me guess, you're going to get the next. I'm going to just guess this down. In next year, you're going to get the thesis wrong, and everyone's going to be looking at you like, bro, you didn't take your life-changing gains in that. What do you actually think? You think 15 chains wouldn't start copy-pasting your transaction speed model now, where you just make everything super fast? Of course it is. That's pretty much obvious to us, but we're not like you. You're not like a super believer, okay? So that pendulum that swings, you now get to see that it's happened for around 290 days. So that's why that next part is very interesting, right? If we flip green here, right, we don't have to, but if we did flip green, we know, oh my gosh, 100 days is about all we can take. It's about all we can take. Now, it would be very disappointing if you're waiting for day 100. It's actually 105 days, exactly around on the dot. I know it's crazy. It'd be sad if you're waiting for a day like 100, but then everything stops at like day 70 and then just drops back down and you have to reset another 6 months. But you won't be happy with the prices at day 70, because if you look at from day 70 to 100, that's another month. That is another like 3x in everything. Okay, that's a big mania in prices. That last 30 days was huge. It was an enormous difference. It really was. And if you're not getting that in the market, does that mean it doesn't attract enough euphoric people? We'll see. So I'm going to play some nice gentle pump music just for those people, friends. There you go. You want to know, like, hey, man, cycle's repeating exactly the same. Now, how I measure the cycle, right, is that pendulum. It's not, oh, did Bitcoin touch a high or low? We're all pretty much roughly the same. It's that, okay, when it's time for alts, how long do we go for? Okay, this many days. Okay, so that's how you got to think about it. Okay, it's when you win. It's kind of like, friends, you literally hit a jackpot. at the casino, and you're like, all right, whatever you pay me, I have to take it. I can't keep playing. It's like, okay, this is my jackpot for the night, and I just have to accept it. I have to accept reality for what it is. That's why a lot of people do not accept reality for what it is. And we've also seen something like this, friends, where you've seen like, I've seen moments where big wallets have tried to fight the market when everything's going down, and they just get dumped on. So I guarantee if Richard Hart started rotating the sacrificed money into PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex, now everything will just be dumping. There's not enough new people and follow through to come in. So that's your big summary for the market and where we are right now. We're going to probably expect another 2 to 3 months of poopiness, but you're probably thinking, oh, I just got to wait longer. Yeah, man, it's all right. Just don't get complacent, because you don't know what the next narrative is going to be. No one knows, you know? Yeah, guess what? Maybe meme coins have something to do with it. Maybe new meme coins. Maybe these cheaper ones, they come back. We don't know. Okay, it could be, friends, that the Coinbase customers come back and actually will come into the crypto, and maybe they're ready in the next few months, and they start coming in by the end of this year, and they just go absolutely ballistic. And you got to think about it. If they're buying the meme coins on Coinbase, that will naturally get people to see cheap value on all the other chains, including PulseChain, Matic, BNB, wherever every other coin is, every layer 2 chain, whatever it is. It'll be all the same. Okay, that's how the market works. It's just like see, friends, imagine you had a squeaky chair, and you go to Germany and you see that, oh my gosh, they are selling squeaky chairs there for $18,000. You go back home to your home country, and you're like, man, I'm keeping this squeaky chair, dude. They're worth $18,000 in Germany. You know, maybe they don't pay $18,000 in your own country. Maybe it'll be like $3,000, but it's still more than, like, you know, $30. You thought a squeaky chair was worth $30. It's the exact same principle. When we see heaps of other people value something, we hop on the trend and we value something. Just like Bitcoin. It's just like Bitcoin. You really, by yourself, you don't care about Bitcoin, but you know what the price is trading at, which is the bigger market. That's what it is. Okay? Because we're like, oh, what's Bitcoin price trading at? You see? That's the most important part. Now, friends, we also had some news that came out. The corrupt SEC chairman, crypto guy, has stepped down after 9 years. And here we have the news right now. So he's the head of crypto asset and cyber units. He actually has like a Facebook post here. He's like, thank you. The past Friday was my last day with the SEC after almost 9 years. Yeah, bro, no one cares about you, okay? Corrupt institution, corruption everywhere, head of cyber unit. Guess what, bro? Of course, they're doing some good things. But you know what, friends? It's a bear market, and screw you guys. But look, truth be told, friends, we all know from the charts here that it was almost pre-programmed that SEC were just going to be corrupt. It's literally pre-programmed. No matter what they could have done, we were blaming someone. It's just they were the chosen institution. They were really the chosen institution. If it wasn't them, it'd be something else. You need someone to blame. It also makes you think about how the government, whenever they want to get through a crisis, friends, they always like point the finger at us. That person. It's that person selling. By the way, we always do it in crypto. When prices are going down, everyone finds like that big wallet who dumped, right? But really, it's everybody in the marketplace. It's much bigger than that. But we know that, but we just want to simplify things, and we like it. We like generalizing. We have to. We're humans. Also, I want to do a quick shout out to the lizard man who's actually behind Joe Biden. Friends, I've been seeing some really trippy photos of Joe Biden. His face morphs, man. Some weird stuff's going on. I don't know if it's the makeup, the angle. It's got plastic. I don't know. Is it plastic? I don't know, dude. It's making it real hard for me to look at all the reptilian believer dudes and say that there's no weight there. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, friends, and you know the weird stuff. And it's not just photos. You know, it's funny how humans were like, oh my gosh, the government just went and fully lied about this, or they denied this, or they changed this. And then when it comes to this stuff, they're like, oh no, that's definitely too crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me. How far do things need to go before we go, oh yeah, everything's pretty much manipulated. It's all a full simulation. I don't know. Okay, but we're moving closer towards that direction. Don't you agree? Now, friends, remember I did mention before, we have Uncle Bobby. Uncle Bobby is bearish. Not really bearish, man. This is actually all right. He's got his sideways chart here, making a mean Savlaki, right? That's what we're waiting for. Bitcoin 60K-ish. Maybe not finishing the month there to maybe line up with Plan B. But all of these cute little cycle things, it's, you know, the sell in May going away. Man, they really got us for May this year, didn't they? May was actually a freaking green month for once for Bitcoin, and we still had the sell in May go away. Oh, man, that sucks. It really is sell in May going away. But how stupid are you? If you sold May 1st, it rallies the whole month of May. You know, Brent, I'm not joking. I said to myself, I wonder if we could do a strategy where, I'm not joking, I said it this year, sell on the 1st of May, and if May is green, just get back in June 1st, a month later. You would have got wrecked. The strategy wouldn't work. You would have bought it. You got destroyed. Oh, man. It's just, this is crazy. Where's May 1st, man? Here it is. Oh, man. I know it doesn't look like much on the chart here, but May 1st, up here, Bitcoin goes up 20%. This is what it is like. Oh, wow, 1st of May, it's up 20%. Yeah, you lose like 20% of your position. Oh, man. You would have bought back in, and now you have to sit through the pain again. So that would have been big blunder. Now, don't lose hope, friends, because Data Dash, our friend Nick, is actually bearish. You're being lied to about Bitcoin, the coming collapse. So I love it. He's actually got, he puts a Soylana logo in there because, man, it's funny. Look, man, a lot of people I've seen it, friends. You're all going to get trapped, dude. You literally have learned nothing. You've all put Soylana as the coin to own in your portfolios, okay? And I'm here to ask you something, okay? What makes you think that after Soylana's success of these meme coins, what makes you think that right now we don't have all these other chains and all these other people looking to copy paste that model? What makes you think that? Do you think they're just going to like sit back and watch it all happen? You know this game, man. They're going to literally going to keep copy pasting this. They're going to start doing it. Now, I don't know if they're going to do the Sol EVM or something. They're going to do that. Yeah, but they're going to do that. Now, you might say to me, hey, but the community is the asset. Yes, I know. However, those things have not run up anywhere near like Soylana has. You're going to see Soylana as a loser. You know, when everyone started doing the alt EVM narrative, friends, you know, Ethereum was already, I think, 2,800 back in 2021. So congratulations. ETH had literally around a 2x to go, whereas everything else was doing 10 to 20. So see that? So the leader's gone. Now everyone gets the derivatives for the rest of the cycle. That's what happened last time. But it just sounds so contrarian to even think that way because everyone just, I know, friends, remember, don't ever forget the stock, the train stocks dudes from like literally 150 years ago. I've told you so many times, okay? Shout out to my friend Sommi's made videos on it too. The train stocks people, okay? Everyone thought trains were going to change the world, which they were right about, and they thought everybody was going to have their own carriage. Okay, now they were wrong about the carriage part, but they were right that trains went on to change the world. However, they lost all their money in their process because they just FOMO bought everything. They really did not understand the concept of competition, about how difficult it would be to introduce all these things. That's why humans, friends, one of our worst investment characteristics is when something appears, we worship it and we can never think of competition. It's very, very, very difficult. We always think this is the one solution. This is the one thing. But what happens over time is if a human has made it, friends, yeah, other humans can copy paste it. They can tweak it. They can modify it. Okay, that's actually what's been happening to Bitcoin over time too. Now, I want to give you a gentle reminder as well. Don't give up on PulseChain core coins, friends. They are deep value. There are powerful communities that have popped up on PulseChain and all the others, friends. You can go with whichever ones you want. Now, here's the thing, man. There are other coins on there on Soylana land, okay? The problem, though, friends, is they are down and they are rotating down. He's like Popcat, okay? You're down 60%, okay? You're 280 million market cap, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you were $500 million. You know what I mean? I think you deserve a bit more rinsing. Now, I hope these things keep going up. It's just that I feel way more comfortable buying DickWifButt at 4.3 million, okay, which is nowhere near. And look, by the way, it's in the zone, by the way, friends, the zone of friendship. We've got the PLS ratio box as well. So it's on a discount here. It's on a discount. Okay, here's the discount zone. This is what you're waiting for. Okay, DCA buy in. There you go. There's many other examples as well. So I feel more comfortable with that. Just because I don't... Friends, I'm not buying $500 million trash cat coins on Soylana Jeet chain. Like, it's a Jeet chain, man. Everyone there's a Jeet. The people there are Jeets, you know. You also have Pika still at 2 million as well. You have the real Landwolf, which has actually come back down. That sucks, man. It actually retraced the whole move as well. Bang. Yeah, it is what it is, man. You can't cheat time. You want to know something interesting that's happening, friends? I'll show you. There's another Landwolf. There's a lot of insiders on Soylana now, okay? And you can tell it's trying to vampire the Vampire 0x67 Landwolf, which is funny. You can actually see them right now. You can actually see it. This is what it is right now. So this is them, both of them. So you have this, and then you have the other one as well. So these guys, friends, they're going for it. They're gonna try vampire it. Okay. So you might find, right, if this rotates down, these people are bridging into the Soylana one to go through with it, okay? Now you're probably wondering, like, why don't you just go through and join them, friends? I buy discounts. That's it. I don't care, if this thing wins or not. Let me tell you something, okay? In March of 2021, Ethereum had hit about $2,000-ish, okay? Ethereum won. All right, but it's got a 2x to go, okay? Was it a great thing to buy Ethereum? Really, was it? No, because you missed out on 10, 20, 30x's literally everywhere else as things went ballistic. So, I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, okay, it's good to make a 2x in now, but that wasn't a discount zone. You're playing the momentum of it. And that's Ethereum. What about these other things? Very, very, very important, friends. Like, I'm going to show you, look how hard this game is. I'm going to show you the Joe BODEN coin, man. Joe BODEN coin, friends. Remember, this was taking over everything. Now it's down, oh my gosh, 90% almost. You see that? That's why I don't go firm and buy this. This is what you guys are looking at. You guys, not you guys, obviously. You just look at this chart and you're telling me, okay, buy of a lifetime. By the way, every single mainstream influencer, and yes, I do mean everyone, and I'm not leaving any one of them out. Every single one of them said, this thing is going to 10 billion. Okay, let me show you what it was at the peak of the of its bull run just there. It was 700 million. And they go, it doesn't matter. This thing's going to go to like, another 15x to 10 billion. Straight down on 92 million, okay? I've seen it time and time and time again. I buy discounts, I buy discounts. See how everybody chases momentum? You see what was everyone's mistake here? I was telling you, everyone's mistake was thinking that 700 million was cheap when you literally went there in a straight line in 36 days. Can you believe that? In 36 days, you got to 700 million market cap, and people, friends, I'm not even bother naming names. Every single freaking mainstream crypto influencer said it's still cheap up there. Every single one. Look what I did, just 90% down. You gonna get your money back? No. What are you gonna do now? Do you believe in Joe BODEN? A lot of you actually crying, like, hey, what happens in Joe BODEN? That's right, friends. If you're looking at, for example, like Orange Man Good on PulseChain, okay? Let's see, is there a discount? Okay, it's at 1.6 million market cap. Sweet, it's in the discount. Friends, it's 1.6 million, man. When you buy cheap, okay, when you're buying cheap, you have the luxury that these other expensive buyers don't have. You do have the luxury. And the luxury is that you're cheap. These other ones don't, man. They don't. Their luxury was momentum, okay? If you ask me to choose cheap or momentum, friends, actually, historically, statistically, everything, you choose cheap every time. Cheap trumps all, not momentum. Crypto is very momentum based when we start moving, but you can't rely on that. That's short term. Yes, momentum you want to trade with if you trade, okay? You don't want to be holding stuff and believing in stuff based off things like that. You need it to be cheap. You really got to understand what cheap is, right? And looking at these market caps, sure, because Soylana's bigger than PulseChain. It is. But in my view, in the bull market, I think people are just going to look at cheap stuff anyway. Right? I think more people are going to hunt for value. And by the way, based off liquidity, it's so much easier for people to rotate into Orange Man Good and for it to smash up. This is the type of stuff that I'm looking for. I'm always looking for this, and you know me. So, you know the thing, friends? I'll be honest, right? Let's say you're like, hey, I want to hedge with one of the vampire Landwolfs. There's like 11, 12 now, okay? I want to hedge with one of them. Get a discount. All right, get a discount. I'm not touching 40% off the top, okay? If it goes down to here, or maybe even down here, okay, sweet. Think about it. Think about your 70 to 80%. Of course, they can always keep going up, but I don't care. I'm not playing momentum. I want to wait for a discount, okay? And that's pretty much it. Now, here's the thing. I could pretty much guarantee you, because of all these distributions of all these other coins, I'm not going to be saying, oh, these things are going to keep going up. I don't know the insiders, friends. I don't know who they are. If you go look at all the other wallets, not just of that 061, but the other one, Soylana, friends, if you do a bubbles map, 50% of the coins pretty much are owned from the start. So they're controlling the supply. Okay, it makes sense, by the way, if you see how thin the liquidities are for a lot of these, okay? Look at this, by the way. This Landwolf, the liquidity is almost freaking 10% of the market cap. So you have a way fairer distribution. So it doesn't necessarily guarantee that everything goes up, but it just means there's less people lurking to destroy you on the way up. And that's all you're doing. You're just trying to align yourself with probabilities. I know that everyone's going to keep cooking, and that's what you're coming here for. You're coming here to position yourself for these things, friends. And by the way, you might even say to yourself at some point, go, hey, it's just going to play its course from now on. Now, last thing I'm going to leave you with, friends, is a message from Richard Hart. So, look, I'll be honest, this is a cope message. It's just full-on cope, okay? Because what was the 2021, 2022? It was... But it's just euphoria talk. Because, well, we're decorrelated. We're better than the rest of the market. Best product market fit in the world. But now the chat is Ethereum is down 27%. XRP is 87%. DOT is 89%. It's basically saying, okay, everything is down that much. So it's okay. All these other ones some are down more. VeChain, 99%. Algo, I don't know if that's a proper one. Or maybe there was. Flow, minus 98%. BSV, 91%. So that's pretty much it. So... it's pretty much saying, hey, everything else is down too. And it's true. It really is true. Yeah, that's why I said, man, Bitcoin halvening warm-up season here, friends, it's people who did well in it, they think they're geniuses, and they're gonna get humbled by the market. All right? They are going to be pinned down to the bed. It's going to hurt. It's going to be raw. There's going to be no lube. All right. And there's going to be cameras watching, and everyone can see their small PP. All right. It's going to be very humiliating when they see how monumentally wrong they get it, because this happened in 2016 and 2020. And I've shown you from the charts. Because what I do, friends, I go to that period of time and I lock the past and I lock the future. I lock it away. And I'm only in the present. I go back to that period of time and I look at the confidence and the arrogance of everybody who was seeing stuff go up, and they think we've won. And then what they do is I'll quickly fast forward to 12 months and say, hey, are they still cheering? And the answer is no. The answer is no. You saw it in DeFi 2020. Everybody cheering for ChainLink, Synthetics, Aave, Uniswap, all the DeFi stuff in 2020. All of those people cheering that, they were not cheering whatsoever in 2021. It was completely new things. It was actually just cheap stuff went up. It was the cheap stuff. Okay, that's pretty much what it came down to. So, look, it doesn't have to repeat again, but I'll tell you right now, it kind of makes sense, man. Like Soylana, with all of its, the meme coins and the Jeet coins and all these things going on, it just showed the world, oh, people love meme coins. Okay, but they're interpreting it as people love Soylana. I'll tell you right now, they're going to choose the meme coins over the chain every single time. It's money. It's money. They are going to choose that. They're going to choose other stuff that flies, that goes high. And friends, I'm telling you now, Phantom Foundation, Avalanche Foundation, Richard Hart, all these other chains, they're looking at how they can engineer this Soylana season now. They're like, what do they actually do? Oh, maybe Richard Hart's saying, hey, I'll just buy up like just 3 shit coins. I'll just literally just buy up like 10,000x. I'll just insert like $5 million into them. They won't know it's me. Bang, 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 bang. And just to get everyone on. Yeah, maybe. And maybe that's what started. Because that's what started with Soylana. It was Bonk. You remember? Bonk went up nuts in December. And then the dog with hat thing started after that. But it was Bonk that made everyone go, whoa. All right. So they're watching, man. Their friends are watching. There's billions and billions of dollars at stake. It's competition. It's kind of funny. Everyone, look, I get it, man. I get it. We have a worship gene in us. We're like, oh, this is the one true answer. You'll see. But also, friends, Richard Hart's post here, it does also confirm that Pulse and PulseX are leaning on the side of Cycle 2 coins, and Hex is definitely a Cycle 2 coin as well. So, Tangent, he wanted to know, he goes, how could Pulse and PulseX be considered a Cycle 2 though? They are new to this cycle. And I have my answer here for you. So, pretty much, you can pretty much... you can gather this from the price action, which doesn't take a genius to figure that part out. But I want to go beyond the price action. So we look at the prices right now. Of course, they're just bleeding hard, like super, super, super hard. This is PLS, like it's below, wow, like, below 54% below that. That's PLS. It's meant to be the best one. PulseX is down more than 80% below as well, the day one sack. And you have PHEX. Friends, PHEX made like literally a new all-time low. Okay, down here. It's also funny, 100x gives it, I think, 55 cents from here. That'd be nice. What about EHEX? This would be interesting if we check the EHEX to PHEX ratio. Is it moving in line with everything? Let's see what it's doing. Oh, wow, it's actually, it's kind of going up. You know what that means? That means this is EHEX to PHEX, friends. It means just People are dumping their PHEX, which is just, oh man, it's funny, kind of like it's maybe just it costs too much money to end your little shitty stakes on EHEX. And now they're forced to dump the PHEX. It's funny if that plays out. You know, last thing we'll look at as well, the EHEX to Pulse ratio. Okay, just to see what that's doing. That's nice. This is okay. This is good. Okay, this is not something that's dead. This is something that's just repriced low, and you might have some interesting parts that play around with it. Now, this is where the information comes from, friends. So, PulseChain, okay. PLS narrative. So basically, the PulseChain narrative is that you're a cheaper Ethereum. Okay, that is cycle number 2 narrative. Okay, it's cycle number 2 narrative. All right, so that's a story part with it. Okay, so you can have an old narrative, but you could be new still as a coin. All right, but the thing is, the PulseChain participants today are still mostly the same from 2021. In fact, it kind of probably has less people. You know what I mean? Because your price is dumped down, or it could have actually more people, just less whales. Okay, so it's mostly the same people from 2021. So, like, you can say, oh, we're brand new, but it's technically okay because you launched later in time. We can say that, but you can tell, okay, combine the price with the narrative, with the constituents of people, this is stale. That's pretty much it, okay? And it doesn't mean it stays stale forever. It just means another big catalyst to rise it up. It could be Bitcoin over 100K, could be the Ethereum ETF, we'll see, okay? But it's due to start bringing in people in like after September, pretty much, just like everything else in crypto. PulseX as well. PulseX's narrative, okay, its narrative is also cycle 2. It's just a DEX clone. You just cloned a DEX. You haven't done anything with the DEX at all. New, it's just a DEX, okay? Oh, maybe you do something in the future, man, that's promise stuff. You know what I mean? It's roadmap stuff. No, you just clone your DEX. That's cycle number 2 narrative. But also the participants are still from 2021 as well, which is, it's mostly hexagons, man. It's still the same people, and Hex has shrunk as well. So there's no new people in there. And you probably want to know, okay, what would a cycle 1 coin look like? There you go, babe. There's bit Tensor Tout. You see that? That's what a cycle 1. This is it on a 70% drop, just like what PulseChain did. Okay, but this thing went up 20x first. Okay, it literally went up 20x first. So, I mean, if you can go up, actually, like, if you want to just check the comparison, okay, what did, see, if you want to look at this comparison drop, okay, this is Pulse. Yeah, see, you dropped 75%, but how much did you rally? Not the actual bottom. How much did you rally up? You only rallied like a 3.5x. So, you see that? One thing goes up 20, one thing goes up 3.5, and they both drop 75. So that's pretty much it. You get to see it, right? Now, what we're doing is just trying to categorize these things into like different groups of how we can look at the marketplace of coins, friends, because we're trying to go, okay, is this new? What's its narrative? You're trying to find a product market fit, and it is what it is. Now, like I said, once again, if history repeats, as it's been repeating, for some reason, around September, August, if it continues, around this period, everyone suddenly wakes up to the fact that, oh my gosh, crypto is cheap, we should actually get in. All right, now it's all we're just up to fate whether we're on the right coins or not. Hopefully we are, okay? Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you soon.